Two teams with two very different objectives from tonight's match in Ellis Park. The Highlanders, high and flying at the top of the New Zealand Conference, will be looking to secure that top spot with these final two matches. Their opponents, the Lions, they're looking just to hang on. They're at the foot of the South African Conference and will need a miracle to pull something off here against the Highlanders. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode, where we are in 2018 and it is round 19 of the Super Rugby competition. And here are the home team for tonight's matchup. It is the Lions and they are really struggling. Although their team may have a few players who you would consider that could hold this team together like a glue, they have not managed to do anything close to that this season. Just one win and 14 losses so far this season. They are firmly at the bottom of the South African Conference. Their last match just confirming that with an absolute thrashing, 45-13 loss to the Stormers. It's going to be a hard year to look back on, but surely this is a team that has to improve. One team that just keeps on getting better as the season runs on is the Highlanders, a very good side that has proved everyone how good they are once again. They are in line to go in for their 5th consecutive Super Rugby title if they can win another one this season. The team has gone a few changes. Franks, Faletau and Afoa will be along the front row. That's one of the changes with Faletau coming in. It is the back row that sees Armitage return to the open side. Then in the back line, De Jong moves into outside centre. North goes on to the left wing. Otherwise, unchanged team for the Highlanders. Set to get underway here. Ellis Park, still packed house even though their team has been absolutely dreadful. The fans are still here in numbers to cheer on this team. The Highlanders will kick off in the blue, the Lions in the white. We're underway. Kickoff. Oh, it's missed by everyone. Afoa pulls through. What a start from the Highlanders. John Afoa just come from nowhere. A missed kickoff and the Lions rescue the ball and they go away through Willis, who is in touch now. The number 8 he stayed in. Well done. Anscombe. Oh, Robinson kicks the touch. Bit of excitement there. Gareth Anscombe, the one of the ones we mentioned at the start who looks to be a player capable of holding this team together. Anscombe, Cochrane, the Irishman on the left wing as well. Another one I'd expect to perform highly in a team like this. Scrum fed it is for the knock-on. Going the way of the Highlanders, a good shove. Aaron Smith, he'll go himself. Takes a tackle to Stain. Robinson, he's intercepted. It's a big one from Dinatale. But it's Armitage. Away to De Jong. To Robinson. First try number 1. The Highlanders are in. They had to really pull it off there. Losing the ball in midfield. They steal it straight back. And Robbie Robinson grabs another try. He is a real talisman of the side. Armitage to the number 7. Does the job so well. George Dorr foul on the left wing, unrequired. Robinson opens up. What an intercept though from Dinatale. Unfortunately for him, he was completely isolated. De Jong put the width on the ball and try to the Highlanders. What a start to this match. Both sides showing intent already. The Lions attacking with their defence. Turnover at the breakdown as well as the intercept. Here is Stain lining up his first shot at goal. It's a screamer. Judging the wind absolutely perfectly. And he adds the extra 2 at 7-0. Highlanders over Lions. Inside the first 10 minutes as well. Good start here for the visitors. Its kickoff is back underway. Very close to being the touchline. And it goes all the way over. A dreadful restart from the Lions.
Crouch.
And now there's no question about this at all from the Highlanders. They'll take the scrum. And they'll look to put on another set-piece play for their backline. Oh, another big shove. This time it's Toby Filatau. Aaron Smith pops it up for Stain. Stain slides through. He looks wide for Osborne. Great tackle. Very, very well executed defensive movements by the Lions. The Highlanders slid through Stain, but they always had that covered, did the Lions defence. Now here's Hayes. Gets it nicely away. Kruger. They look to the back line and Delport puts it on his boot. The ball drifts in the wind and Ben Smith will let it go all the way into touch. Not a bad kick there from Delport. But the Highlanders look fully in control of this one at the moment. Two of the best line-out exponents you could ask for in Retallick and S.5. It is the South African in the front. Robinson fires the big ball. De Jong. Here's Stain. It is a breakaway. Francois Stain still has North. Uses the North. Good hit. Bulldozers one away. But the loose ball's picked up from Jazz. And now knocked on by the Lions. All sorts happening very quickly by both these sides. It's a good run there. Just about made some room. Was Anscombe. Again, this team of the Lions showing they could prove to be a difficult opposition. Key players just not turning up with a forward pack. Now gets one back for the Lions. They'll turn the scrum feet over. Now they'll look to the back line. Anscombe hit nicely by Aaron Smith. They look wide for Dinatale. He goes storming through. Takes out one defender on the 10-metre line. Oh, Stain! Massive shoulder. That was huge. Put the man down very quickly. And surely the Lions will look at 3 here. Oh, they are. That's a good decision. Gareth Anscombe, an excellent goal kicker as well. You'd expect 3 points without any worry. The wind is the worry, and it is unsuccessful. Ben Smith inside his 22, hammers this away, up to the 10-metre line. Lions territory, quick line out throw. Nicely gets it away to Frank. Offloading a plenty here as they go in the middle. Hayes goes to ground. Still there for the Lions. A little bit of a step and a shimmy. Back and field they go looking for a mini. Good run there from Ita. They look left side. It's a big run. Cochrane. Inside Dinatale goes again. North over. Charges into contact. As the Highlanders try to slow down the ball. They do so. Back. Anscombe looks to kick again. The ball holds up in the wind. Ben Smith misjudges. It bounces away. He regathers though. Turns on attack. Steps away from one in touch. The momentum carrying Ben Smith to the left-hand side. Forces him over the line, and the Lions with a great chance now to put some attack in. Hagues will throw in. Stolen Retallick. That's the difference he makes. Here is Robinson. He'll look to... Oh, he just chips this down the left-hand touchline. Waiting in the back. Looks to attack back nicely. Does the fullback Kukula. And he's somehow thrown that ball into touch. Well, I don't know what he was quite playing at there, but he's given a complete turnaround here for the Highlanders. Now they have a line out, just over 30 out from the Lions line. Aaron Smith to Robinson! That is horrible! The talisman man has messed that up completely. It's the Lions battle hard. Highlanders keep the defensive line on them. They go back to Anscombe. Again, thumps this away. Ben Smith has to have a second go. North is back there. There is half-time and North has had enough. There's no point attacking back, says George North. Not often you see him say that, but in there in 22, happy to put this one to bed for the half and go with a 7-0 lead. It has been a hectic first half. The Highlanders out of the gates very quickly. First try converted within 10 minutes, but the Lions have come storming back. Missed a chance to add some points with a penalty attempt 40 metres out. just going to the left side of the uprights, but they did get chances. Line out some scrum feeds in the 22 of the Highlanders, but they just could not execute and put that finishing play together so far. Highlanders lead possession 18-20. Territory not far off that, the same as well. Handling errors are shared 4 apiece, and the line breaks is all to the Highlanders. 4-0. The Lions, though, their territory game not bad through the boot of Anscombe. Speaking of Anscombe, he's back to halfway for the Lions. He's had an all-right hand in this match so far. He'll kick the second half off. It's 7-0. Highlanders lead. Up they go. Stang. Good tackle on him. And look at all the white jerseys. The Lions get it back. They swing it quickly out to Anscombe. Pops it back nicely. And a chance, but knocked on. Oh, that could have been something special. The mistake from Cochrane on the left. What a great move, though, from Favaro earlier on, just before that portion.
Crouch.
The back rower put in a great effort.
Set.
Scrum feed to the Highlanders, just outside their own 22. And now the Highlanders dominate this play. Falatau slips it back to Aaron Smith, not really expecting that. There wasn't in the ball playing at all. Well, out the window completely. The Lions take it back. They run it inside now. Switching play once again. Eventually, Frank takes it to ground.
Release.
Well, what was the plan there for the Highlanders? Wide, Hayes gets a nice ball up. Anscombe knocks on, and there's a mistake.
Over.
Highlanders keep the ball. They'll run it away through Warburton. There's numbers out here. Staying nicely. Robinson. Oh, what play! Robinson did brilliantly, but North has knocked it on. The mistakes are flowing thick and fast here in this one. Right on the touchline, exactly where he should have been.
Touch.
But the hands not quite on the money.
Set.
Scrum feed now for the Lions. Frank feeds. Willis, number 8 for the Lions. He'll wait for the ball. Is he going to have a run? Is he going to lay it off to his scrum half? Nice ball to Anscombe, who bulldozes Armitage. But it is Falatau support. Turns it over. Here's Osborne. We break away the Highlanders. Robinson running free. Up halfway. Staying now. Room for him to move. Oh, great tackle. Ball squirts out. Aaron Smith though. Retallick back to Osborne.
Release.
And it does finally go to ground. Over halfway though. Retallick to Stain. Stain looking. Wait, De Jong. Now there's room. Good chase coming in. But it will be in vain. Because George North is over for the Highlanders. Great work from Dalport defence, but he could not handle the numbers of the Highlanders. 12-0. They lead the Lions, and George North gets a rear try. Look at Stain. He was really looking to make that decision, but that was the ball from De Jong that ultimately ended all attempts to stop it. North out on the left. He is hard to stop. Great work here. De Jong did brilliantly. Robinson in support this time. It is North who did not need Robinson. After the first try was a complete turnaround. That one's a big one. They needed that, the Highlanders. So hard to come to South Africa, especially a place like Ellis Park, and perform so well when it's such a hostile environment for visiting sides. Stain makes a little mistake with that kick. Second successful converted try. It is 14-0. Highlanders lead. 2 converted tries to nothing from the Lions. Gareth Anscombe kicks this one off short, straight down the throat of Warburton. Does well, but he loses the ball backwards. The Highlanders clean up. Falatau, Retallick, nice pearl away to De Jong. De Jong again cuts through. Nice way, Osborne has lost it. Wow, the Highlanders are throwing the ball every which way. Big mistakes. As now the Lions look to carve a way through. Demetale again. 10-metre line. Frank looks to the left side again. Got around from Willis. A strong one. But Aaron Smith steals the ball. It's a beat. Over the top. Stolen now Anscombe. But it's Afo that hangs on to him. Frank. Good ball inside. Oh, that's a nice run. It's high again. North over. Oh, Dinatali's hammered. Up they go. It's a beat. Steals the ball. Staying to Warburton. Numbers again. It's De Jong. He's still got that man. George goes with him. Defend. 1, 2. Oh, stop it, George. He's just about gone all the way. What a phenomenal run with little space and no support. That is exquisite from the Welshman on the left side. Stolen ball, it's a beat. Here we go again. Armitage. Wide, Robinson looks out. Stain to Osborne. Osborne in the corner, no. He couldn't quite do it. Patrick Osborne looked to his strength, but it fails him again. The Lions, 5-man line out. They lost the last one. 9 minutes to go. They've lost this one. Aaron Smith, oh, simple as you like. Oh, he's not put it down. Almost in trouble, as he was almost driven outside of the try line. But he puts the ball down eventually. A little bit cheeky from Aaron Smith. The Lions' line was very, very deep, looking to kick. You see them all on the line. As soon as that ball's turned over, it is try time, Aaron Smith. Why didn't he put the ball down sooner will puzzle me forever. But 2 lineouts with just 5 men that the Highlanders have stolen in crucial areas as well. That's a big one. It's a game-changing moment for this match for the Highlanders as they look to secure top spot. That is very important as well. What will be more important is one more try, but time is ticking as Stain nails the shot at goal. It is 21-0. The Highlanders now, the question is, can they find another try in these final 5 minutes? Can they get the bonus point? Back to Anscombe, he kicks off. Warburton pulls in. Falatau, Franks away for Retallick. Here we go, the big man. Finding way too much room out there. But the Lions turn him over. Anscombe does well. Finding support as well. But eventually goes down with Minnie, who somehow offloads. Robinson with a tackle. Highlanders numbers for the breakdown, but they don't find the ball. Frank. Osborne's offside as Cochrane goes all the way himself in the 22. But Osborne's all over him. Turns it over. Warburton fires it to Jong. Here's Retallick. And there goes full time as well. Held up just as Retallick. Here's Sidovini Falatau. Away to Armitage. Looking for room. It's Osborne again. Look who's there. It's Robinson. Inside ball. What a pass. Osborne and Robinson. What a match made from the rugby gods. That is said. Bonus point try. And a big one for the Highlanders. Where on earth did that come from? Osborne has been an absolute legend in the latter part of the season for the Highlanders. That was magical. And the acceleration of Robinson meant no one would get within a piece of dust of the man. He was flying. Cochrane, a winger, a speedy winger as well, given absolutely no chance. Robbie Robinson puts the icing on the big cake for the Highlanders in their tour of South Africa with a big bonus point win to go with it. Just what they needed. If there was any thought of lacking confidence, any self-doubt within this Highlanders team, it has been well and truly destroyed with this very good tour of South Africa. They've come out of it with a boatload of points. One match remains in the season round robin, and they are looking very, very good. Almost to the point that they could have already secured that top spot in New Zealand. There goes the final whistle. 28-0. The Highlanders came to Ellis Park one of the toughest places in world rugby. And they have delivered a clinical display. The Lions were in this match for a good portion, especially the first half. But the Highlanders have worn them down and ultimately got what they come for. That is 5 competition points. So the point scorers for the Highlanders, 4 tries. Smith with 1, Aaron Smith 1, and George North with 1. Robbie Robinson picking up a double. A very good display. He has really sparked this Highlanders team up with his acceleration and just his general support play around the field for the Highlanders. A massive change for this team. Francois Steyn was fantastic with the boot as well. His running was very good. He made a lot of breaks as well, feeding to his outside players who were phenomenal. Into the full-time stats, and the Highlanders really didn't let up much with the possession stats, dropping a little down to 73% from the match. It is territory where the Lions really put on the pressure. 52%, the Lions actually took the victory in that area. The high tackles, not really too much of a game-changing play at all, but it was the line breaks that really made the difference. 11-2, that is a huge amount when it was only 4-0 at halftime. Big changes, big team, big players, they stand up, and they were definitely counted for the Highlanders. So round 20 will be the final round of the round robin. There is one more match for the Highlanders. Will it be of any relevance? We'll have a look in a second, but it is against the Blues. A pretty big rival of the Highlanders over recent seasons, but their second half form of this round robin has been dreadful. They have just fallen away, but we'll get to the Blues in just a second. Let's have a look at the results following that 28-0 fantastic away win at Ellis Park for the Highlanders. The Stormers have been resurgent in the latter part of the competition. 31-15, they've beaten the Bulls, and that could mean big things for the Stormers post-season play. The Sharks as well, absolutely thrashing the Cheetahs 72-3. Into the last round of matches here in the Chiefs, who again, another team who was average last place in New Zealand for a while this season, have just surged up the ladder. The matches in hand really seen them get their heads about their game and have stormed up the table, beating the Crusaders this time 31-19, convincing stuff. The Hurricanes, their comeback was very much destroyed by the Waratahs 34-9, finishing their season. I think they'll end up bottom of the New Zealand Conference. So that leaves us for the remaining, 5 matches of the season's round robin. Highlanders Blues, Rebels Force, Brumbies Reds, Cheetahs Bulls, and Stormers Sharks. Let's check out the standings and if any of those matches could mean interesting things for the sides. Here we go. New Zealand Conference. 3 sides have already finished their 16 matches. That is the Chiefs, Crusaders, and the Hurricanes. They all sit 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. The Blues in 4th on just 35 points have really fallen away in the latter part of this season. They have only the hope of passing the Crusaders into 3rd if they can get a 5-point bonus point win over the Highlanders in this final match. The Highlanders, on the other hand, their final game against the Blues, completely irrelevant. They finish top of the New Zealand Conference regardless of what else happens in their final match. But that also has a big bearing as to where they finish on the overall ladder, whereas it could be down the table. They might still have to play their preliminary match. Let's have a look here. The Sharks, they've definitely finished above the Highlanders, 62 points. Highlanders only on 53. So there's no chance the Highlanders are going to finish as overall top qualifier. Even the Stormers on 59 are ahead of the Highlanders. Here they are, 53. Wow, this is massive here. Stormers absolutely crushing it and still a game in hand as well. Highlanders have had a pretty poor season by their standards of recent history, but still they will qualify for the playoff matches. So the Stormers have absolutely bulldozed their way into the top 2. They'll qualify as well. 59 points for them. I would imagine the Bulls, Cheetahs and Lions are done. Bulls on 44. They are all over. Now in Australia, it looks like we're going to have 2 teams from each division, which is always a good way to be with your top 6. Brumbies 65, Waratahs 55. Brumbies still have a game to play. The Reds, the Force, and the Rebels still have a game to play as well. Waratahs, the only team finished. They're 55. We'll see them through as well. But I'd imagine the Highlanders will most likely, if they beat the Blues, pass that 55 by the Waratahs. The Highlanders, most likely at this stage, are going to be playing one of the preliminary final matches, which is just absurd that they would have to go through that process after the season and the team that they have. Rightio, so this is where we sit right now. Round 21 game to go. Highlanders need one more big performance. They are at home, maybe for the last time this season as well. Facing up against the Blues should be a cracker. Highlanders need points. Although they've wrapped up the New Zealand conference, they still need to put the pressure on the other sides and try and look to get themselves some home playoff matches. So that is next time, round 20. I'll hope to see you all there for that one, a big one as well. Always big against the Blues. But for now, for today, thank you for tuning in and watching. Hope you have enjoyed today's matchup, and I'll be back again very soon for the final match of the round robin. If you enjoy the series, give the video a thumbs up and let me know you want to see some more of this series as well. Don't forget to hit that subscribe if you're new around the channel, and I'll see you all very soon for some more rugby action. Until then, take care.